What's going on, guys? So today we have the final review, at least of mine, from 00CTOBER this year, and it is the HG00V Gundam Avalanche Exia apostrophe. I know it's the Exia dash, so it's the Avalanche Exia dash, technically. And I guess it is from the one of the side stories. Cool. I believe that's the same side story that the Advanced came from. So good. This is some alternate version of Exia. I don't know all the story, and I can tell you right now, it's not on the box. And honestly, I don't need you to tell me in the comments. It's cool if you know it. I just don't need to know about it. It's an upgraded Exia. Throw on some extra parts, probably for some kind of special mission, or it's part of a simulation that they were checking out if this technology would be worth doing, and blah, 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 blah. So, Avalanche Exia, new Bandai logo down there, 2010, and this is an older one that actually put the illustrated by, right here on the front, by Naochika Morishita. There's a nice image right there. Just preview that out. And if you come there, you got GN-001 HS-A10D. Wow. So I guess the A01D would be the add-on parts for the Avalanche. Let's see, the side stories of Mobile Suit 00 Gundam. GN Sword, so it's the same GN Sword that we're used to. Dash Unit, which is the skis that but have a thruster facing away from you. I still don't understand how the heck they work. You got Weapon Arm, sure. GN Vernier, they're all over this thing. It's meant to go that way really fast, which is probably why it's called Dash. And you've got Hand. Actually, I didn't even say Hand. GN Longblade, GN Shortblade. There's not a giant difference between the two. It's fine. GN Claw on the tips of the toesies. For reasons. And then, whatever's going on here, it's pointing out probably clear parts. And then how the hips can go shimmy, shimmy. And you come around to this side, and you got number 64 in the line, HG00. And then you got Avalanche Exia apostrophe, 00V. Why is it dash when it's an apostrophe? I don't understand. And on the last side, you've got the read up there. So it's 18.3 meters, 65.9 tons, 8.7 tons, I guess, is the extra equipment. And you got all the different weapons there. Celestial Being logo, Avalanche Exia apostrophe front, Avalanche Exia apostrophe rear, Avalanche Exia front, and then the read up right there. I can't read it because it's in Japanese, and I'm not. And then you got more stuff there by Hobby in Japan. You got a little guy toilet, PP, you got PS, PE, ABS. That's all your plastics that are involved. You got 3-year-olds won't understand why there's an apostrophe in it because adults don't understand it. And of course they eliminated the yen cost here because they don't want you to know how much it cost. Or, as I say, that way they can charge whatever they want without putting the yen cost actually on the box. But remember, as always, there's no glue required. That's not true in my case. I'll tell you why. But it's a newer, bigger version of the Exia. And it's still upside down. I feel like I keep forgetting to say it's still upside down. So, let's just check it out. I kind of wish I had done time-lapse on this one, but oh well. Let's go. Okay, guys. Yeah, it's turntable time. You guys should know this by now. That's what we do. We look at it on the turntable. It's pretty cool. Watch. Look. And click. So, as you guys are aware, ever since last year, I built a bunch of Exias. Last year alone, I built 3 different Exias. Regular Exia, R2 Exia, and the quote-unquote Trans Am Exia. Oh, and I did regular Trans Am Exia, didn't I? Yeah, I did Trans Am Exia, not quite Trans Am Exia, and then this is how we got here, as far as I can tell. Except I can't see Trans Am Exia anywhere. Pretty sure I did it. So I'm going to go back and look. Either way. So, the regular base Exia involved in this is just an Exia. In fact, you can build just a regular Exia from this. You might be missing 1 or 2 stickers that you normally would use, but that's neither here nor there. And I did use all of the stickers on this because, frankly, I didn't feel like painting a lot of things yellow, and most of the yellow, I stress that, is stickers. With the exception of the chest and the forearm thrusters, so to speak, and all of the vernier, with the exception of these little bitty ones on the backs of the shoulders. I'll look at those a little bit closer. I did, however, add a little bit of my favoriteest dark gray ever in a few spots, just to pick up some details that were definitely missing. And then a tiny bit of yellow paint and a little bit of gray paint on the head to fill out the vents and stuff like that. But other than that, pretty simple build. I got it done fairly quickly. I started a little bit late in the day, or else I would have had it probably done all in one day. I got all but the legs and thrusters and stuff like that done in one day. So I could have finished it up pretty quickly if I had maybe another hour and a half to go. But let's go ahead and get it off the turntable and take a closer look. Looks kind of intimidating, don't it? Alright, so right off the bat, I'm going to say this, and I'm sure I pointed it out when we did the MG review a while back. These extra beam sabers up here, I guess they're not technically extra, there is a normal amount of beam sabers, are annoying and kind of get in the way. So with the head, you do get the eye stickers. Where is the focus? Come on, there we go. You get the eye stickers, you get the camera sticker, and then you can see here with the cheeks, I added yellow paint and then gray paint in there for those extra cheek vents. Not cleaned up super well. And then there's the blue, or the greenish blackish stickers that go on the sides of the head, and along with the translucent parts. Same thing with the chest. Now, for the most part, the chest unit stays the same. The only thing you do change is these parts here. You do swap out the normal yellow chest vents for these. I did miss the panel lines or the cheek, the gray cheek paint, so to speak, on the face. So that part I did miss. The shoulders, all of this is totally new. And let's just talk about all the stickers since we're here. Yellow stickers that aren't shaped to the actual thing that are going on there. Same thing on this side. They are very crappily wraparound stickers, as you can see all the nasty edges. These yellow stickers are not too bad, just a little hard to line them up perfectly. Mine were definitely off cut. These are the little tiny GN verniers that I painted just with some flat yellow. Looks fine. These stickers here, all wraparound, don't fit very well and actually overlap quite a bit underneath, even though they're covering everything they need to on the top side. These stickers also not cut very well, but they fit okay. Same thing back here. These are okay, but if you push them into the actual grooves, you will puncture it like I did to that one. Let's see, on the legs, gray stickers here, which is not out of the ordinary for any of the second generation Gundams. Same thing with the purple energy sticker right there, and on the thighs. I did paint gray on the inside of the foot down there just to make that stand out a little bit. Now let's talk to one of the most egregious stickering, the crotch skirt. These are full stickers all the way through. They should have been separated. What's the word? Segmented? That's the word I'm looking for. They're off-cut, so even the little indentations are wrong. They don't fit 100%. You can see how they're very wonky in there. That part sucks. All of the white sticker on here is all bad. Wraparound stickers that even wrap around the sides over there. Ugh, this is all terrible. And you go, Shoki, why didn't you paint that? This was a time crunch. This is the last build, and I'm running out of time. I'm actually filming this less than a week than before it's due. Just so you guys understand that it was really coming down to the wire this year. Also, ones I always forget, you do get stickers inside the torso right in there. I'm learning to point from the opposite direction so you can see what I'm pointing at. But, oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, this is just the Avalanche Exia version. So that's cool. You don't have the extra skis for the dash. Now, let's talk about articulation because it's limited due to the amount of crap you've got on here. So you instantly run into the new back piece here, so you do get this whole new back section here. I guess you can get that out of the way. You can put the beam sabers straight out, and I guess that won't run into much. All the shoulder pieces are new. It's all nicely layered up until here, and then you get these extra shoulder bits here, which can make more GN verniers pop out the side, which is always fun and dandy. Fun and dandy? That's right. Didn't paint these gold like I normally would do for a lot of these, but that's because it looks silly in this particular case. So if you really want to expose that, you can just utilize yo hinges. Looks pretty good. These will kind of get annoying. They're just sort of poking out. Be careful. These probably won't pop off, but other things might. The forearms do pop off fairly well, because you can see where the bicep is there. Yeah, that came out really easy. And that's actually just normal Exia construction. So the Exia itself, there's nothing different. It's even only got a single jointed elbow. So this is way before they started inventing the much better technology later on down the line. You do get another sticker. I forgot to mention it here. This gray bit that goes along the forearm. Once again, I'm pointing from inside the light. So gray sticker there. Painted the vents there just so they looked good. This is a cool layered effect here. So you plug this guy in here and then you sandwich it around that. It looks fine. I do have the wrist push in just to make them more secure, so that's one good thing it does do. I find myself having the chest like really in the wrong spot like most of the time. You do get the rotation. Hip skirts do move. Go ahead and separate them because it's going to need it. You can kick forward only about to there before you really start running into problems. Can't really kick back too far. Once again, all this back skirt is totally new. It does just clip in where the beam sabers used to go on the old back skirt. So that's pretty good. Oh, also forgot about that. Probably should have painted that black inside there, or dark gray, I should say. The GN drive also gets some extra paint work. The GN drive is the same, but all of the surround is new, along with all the parts that plug onto it to make this happen. Speaking of that, you got the knees. Come down here. I believe, I could be wrong. I think the knee segment itself is new. I could be wrong, but it is hollow so that you can do this. So there's a rod that runs through it that these little blue pieces plug into. It comes more into effect with the dash parts, but you do get the extra vernier on the back of the knees. I think, technically speaking, if you wanted to, you could pull those off for this, but I think it looks better in this mode. In fact, this is a pretty cool looking thing in the first place, so I do dig that. So that's the major difference, literally, between this and the dash, is this. So the knees are double jointed. Always look out for that stupid problem. You do get the double jointed knee. You just really got to work it around everything. Like that. Okay, and the ankles are, well, ball joints and a slight swivel there. And then this looks just stupid and incomplete, so really just leave that boxed up. It's just going to make your life better. Okay, and since the weapons are all sort of part of this, I'll go ahead and bring them in now because they don't really change. So let's bring in the Ginsorto, which is the basic GN sword. If you're feeling randy, you could paint the blade silver. I could care less. I did, however, paint this part gray because it needs to be. Pretty simple. Once again, just my favorite dark gray ever. Now, I had a problem with mine. As I said, originally I said no glue needed. I needed some glue. So this particular rotation joint right here, where the gun plugs into the shield, was massively loose. Like, it would just flop. The shield would just freely spin. I almost said spin freely. And that becomes a problem when you need to plug it into the backpack. So if you use the plug that goes into the forearm right here, and you plug it in to this, you get storage mode. And if you plug it in too far, it will clearly just pop that off. That has never happened. That was really strange. So obviously that is something that can happen. So be careful. So there's your sword storage. Looks fine. And frankly, I believe I'm going to use the storage mode for all these. So if I rotate this around, but I really want to leave like an extreme angle on it for the time being, and then you come up to the handle. So this is a thing that's going to matter. So you want kind of a crazy angle, because due to the forearm, whatever that is, You can't snug the sword up, so you want to put the handle in as best you can, angle the blade down, and then you want to use that plug to get to the new forearm plug, which is not really secure, but it's there. So that's really what you're going for. But if you look at the reality of the situation, it's actually pointing upward at a weird angle. So when he shoots, he has to adjust the aim, like to kind of tilt like that. Like, I'm going to shoot you like this. That's a really, really stupid thing, if I'm totally honest. So you got to hope that you're just using the sword mode, which still weird, but doable. In fact, let's see here. Let's just go for pure shared mode. Sword mode. Go for shared mode. There we go. Come on. That should straighten up. This is the other problem I have with this. This is so stupid. That should be a hinge. There should be a hinge there, not a tab that can come apart on you when you're trying to straighten out the stupid frickin' thing. Basically, just don't do it. We'll just leave it at that. You can't do all the things you'd like to do. So let's just pull that apart, do the thing, put the sword away, use the extra. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say, what I did is I covered the peg in a light glaze of super glue, let it roughly dry, not solid, but a nice soft dry, and then stuck it in there and rotated it until it was snug. So built up the joint with some super glue and made sure that it wouldn't freeze completely. So let's just plug that back in place, and we'll just forget that it can do anything else. And from what I can tell, I'm just going to say it now, it comes with 4 beam sabers, does not come with any blades. Or if it did, I don't know what happened to them. I'm just being honest with you. I found some beam saber blades, but they were clearly not from this kit because they didn't fit anything, because this one should have square blades. It does come with a single, what I call toothpick, which is a blade sword or blade handle combo that you would have to paint. I'm not using that. That's garbage. You do get this new arrangement of his little swords. So it comes with this cool little thingy like that. And then I was sitting there looking at it, I was like, that's not right. And then you come to the other big old tab right there, and you can, in fact, find a way to plug that in. Should just go like straight in. Why are you being difficult? There it goes. Okay. That snugs in a lot better than the GN sword does. And so now you get all the weapons on the backpack looking quite ridiculous. Like so. So that's good. Where's his other main accessory? I don't even think I'm not sure the box talked about it, but you get a stand. And this is a very strange stand because it's like a combination of the super cheap stand and then something else. I don't know what's going on. Also, there's a hole right here that I don't know what is supposed to go in that. I have no idea. But he does have storage here for his GN claws, which we'll look at here in a little bit. But the stand actually has 2 different pegs, one vertical, one horizontal. So you can do a horizontal or vertical peg, so to speak. So look, you can do that number. Or if you really want to be that way, you can do that number. And be, wow. Make sure that's lined up right. That is causing problems. Okay, so he's technically on the stand, so he can do that. That is really weird. I've never seen this stand before. I'm sure it's come with something else that I've never seen. This is the first time, my first time ever, seeing this particular stand. That's all I can say about it. I've never seen it. I'm sure it comes with something else. But speaking of something else, you do have the actual dash parts, which are, well, a combination of the shoulders and other bits. It does look just like the shoulder parts, like just reused in the same, in a different color. I bet it's a little narrower, but roughly the same thing here. And it does unfold and do things. There's even a reverse vernier. And look, more yellow sticker that you have to wrap around. These actually weren't too bad, if I'm honest with you. You can see here how they go around. Now I'm trying to figure out why that's got a big old tab in it. That's got to be for something that I missed. So you can make use of a lot of things. So I'm going to show you how to put on the dash parts, and they're exactly the same. So there's no real difference in which one you put where. Just remember that this is the back side. But, I'm going to say but, because I want to do a comparison before we get there, let's just do that number. So, because I couldn't find this earlier in the month, here's my XCR2. It was stuck behind my Estrellas, that's why I couldn't see it. But you can see there's already a strange height difference. Maybe it's just the shoulders, but it doesn't look like the heads are even at the same level. I don't know why there would be a height difference, but there is. Oh, it's definitely taller. Definitely taller. The legs, I know, are very similar construction, so I'm not sure where the height difference is coming from. That's interesting. But this is the one that I painted. You know, it doesn't have hardly any stickers on it that I can recall. Also comes with the upgraded GN sword. You know, all the stuff that's different on the back. So, upgrade, not upgrade. Oh yeah, this one has the big old sticker across the shield. That's right. I forgot about that terribleness. So, there you go. There's a regular-ish Exia. So, it was my normal Exia that got turned into Rampage. I swear to God I did. Oh, there's my Trans Am Exia. It was hiding. I don't need to pull that out. It looks just like this, but purple. So, let's do Exia Dash. So we're going to need to come down to the legs, and we want to yoink these off each side. Come on. If the center part comes out, it's not the biggest thing in the world. And then we want to remove the kneecaps, like it owes you money. This one's a little tight, and I know why. It's because there were some issues with this peg on mine. See, that one came off way easier. Okay, so let's pull these off. Like I said, it doesn't matter if the gray thing comes out, you can put it right back in. That's not a problem. Just make sure that you have it facing the right direction. So you got a tab there. So stand there, Exia. Let's get these parts out of the way. And then you want to be careful and separate this. So it's easier if you take this side off. And you want to take all of that and line that guy up to your knee part. Actually, you know what? I think this one is in here backwards. I could be wrong. Yeah, I think it was. Not that it really matters, but there's a ridge to keep it in place on one side and not the other. Okay, so that lined up nicely. And then you can see there's a extra tab in there that helps you line it up. We got all of this going on. The hardest part is actually, in fact, getting this post lined up and connected to the polycap on the other side. Okay, what's going on here? Hold on. Yeah, that's going to happen. Don't worry about it. It's like, it will have catastrophic failure. Don't worry about it. Actually, you know what? Maybe that does need to go the other way. I didn't think it did, but now seeing how that was acting, maybe it does. Does that equal it out? Oh, yep, it does. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I didn't have it wrong. I was just dumb. Which is, that should just be the title of my channel. I didn't have it wrong. I was just dumb. Okay, there we go. Now that's lined up properly. And yeah, that. Make sure that polycap joint is there. Then once again, you got to try to line everybody up. As I was trying to say, the hardest one to make sure is good is the one inside this polycap here, but I guess that might have been only a first time go around deal. Okay, so we can get this tucked up like that. And then let's go to the other side and attempt to do the same thing. Yeah, short side is the outside here. Oop, that completely came apart. That wasn't supposed to happen. And this is more or less how it tells you to do it. So keep all these together. Mind you, I think I'm actually got these backwards from left to right, but they're the same, so that doesn't matter. Okay. Come on, get in there. Anybody else notice it just got really quiet when the AC unit shut off? There we go. So, tuck that up in there, and go ahead and grab this guy. Try to line everybody else up. Like that. And then compress. Put that leg forward. Then compress. There we go. Alright. And there we go. There's our Avalanche Exia dash legs. Well, that just all came apart, didn't it? That did the same thing it did a minute ago, where that one just split. So that might be a case for gluing things. Once again, I don't mind you guys seeing dumb issues happening on camera, like, because then it proves that I have issues with it. Like, me telling you something has an issue versus it happening on camera is very different. So there's your grande legs. Coolness. So let's just show what they do. Okay, so you pull that down, you got a big old exposed vernier there. You have one here on the front of the knee that is somewhat useless unless you bring the knee up and down, and then you can bring that forward. But once again, it's like a reverse thruster, so don't know the point of that, to be totally honest. And it also has these big tabs under here that are a slot that looks like it should tab into something. So I'm sure there's a thing for that. Now, for the ski section here, you have this gray foot piece that can come up, and it's on a hinge. And it can come out, and then you want to bend and rotate everything possible to get the foot onto that, essentially. There's, as far as I can tell, it doesn't tab in, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it does not. Or maybe it does. Maybe that's exactly what it's meant to do right there. I don't think it is. I don't think it actually technically tabs in, but if it's supposed to, it doesn't do it very well. But just do what you can to basically pull that off right there. And then you can utilize this, get the thruster facing down, things like that. Just, you can position the leg in a lot of places. It tends to show it hanging out forward, but then you also have that one where it's like way back here. And even if you really angle that, I don't know, can you get that effect? Sort of like that. Hey, I think that's the first time that has tabbed in effectively. All right, let's see if I can do that over here too. Okay, so literally, like, I've struggled with it prior to this, you know, just getting it together, initial posing, stuff like that. And that's the first time that has actually tabbed into the foot like that. Oh, look at that. It's like if you get the thing exactly right, it'll sort of work. So there we go. There he is in dash mode. Dasho modo. And then you put him on the stand, which is weird looking. So he's super tall. Now, you also get the GN claws as previously seen. And they do go up here on the tippy toes of the skis. And you know what? I looked up what they're for, and I don't care. Originally, I looked up what this is technically meant to do, and I don't really care. So these are your compressed claws, these are your open claws, and you can just tab them on. And this just comes down to personal preference. Are you going to have it attacking people, or are you going to have it doing whatever? And the claws do have a hole in them that would lead me to believe that there should be a beam effect coming out of that. I'm trying to recall if it could do that, kind of like the GN arms do that. I know that claw is essentially GN arms. So in a lot of ways, the Avalanche parts are very much like having, or at least the these are very much like having the GN arms. No, I'm not pulling out the GN arms. It's just too much. But there we go. There's our Avalanche Exia Dash. All good to go on its cool stand. Is it good? I have issues, but it's not bad. These stickers are what they are. They're not the worst HG stickers I've ever dealt with. The biggest problem I have is how this sword functions on this particular model because of the things that are in the way. I kind of wish that was adapted better. Almost like if you lost just this part here to allow you to use the sword unabated, I think that would be better. Because I really do love the GN sword, and I think it's a travesty that it can't really do what it needs to do. I think that the way the weapons are stored and stuff really just gets in the way. Like he runs into his own V-fin, things like that. But I think the stickers are the worst part. The engineering is fine. The inclusion of the stand is a good thing. And I don't know this for certain, but you could probably do a little bit of customizing and get yourself an Avalanche Estrella. Perhaps I might do that as an extra video and see if you could really attach this to either version of the Estrella. Though I would probably do it to the standard Estrella, as it would probably look better. But, you know, we'll see what happens. But I'll talk to you guys next time. Do the like and subscribe thing. Check out the rest of 00CTOBER. If for some reason you're new here, definitely go check out the playlist. Go look at all previous seasons. And, of course, if you want to help support, down below we got merch. And the Patreon. Patreon can see all kinds of things early. They knew a lot about 00CTOBER and got to see early reviews and or pictures of everything coming out, for the most part, early. Along with maybe down the line being able to choose some stuff that I look at. But I'll catch you guys next time. And remember, as always, to keep on building. And 00CTOBER is nearly over. Nearly.